video may shock you. I am going to tell you about a very controversial cure. This hushed-up cure for heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and cancer has been censored, banned, and blacklisted. Until now. You won't see any front-page headlines or ticker-tape parades, no lead stories on the NBC nightly news, or a single mention that even hints at the magnitude of this discovery. You would think a cure for all disease that won the Nobel Prize in Medicine would make national headline news. So why didn't you hear about it? Because this story is hush-hush. In fact, it's being actively suppressed by the very department of government that's supposed to be looking out for your health, the FDA. But today, I'm challenging the FDA. I'm going to tell you how to use this breakthrough cure right now. How powerful is it? This 60-year-old author and father of 3, who took just one therapy made possible by this revolutionary breakthrough, has turned back time and has now been clinically proven to have the cardiovascular age of a 35-year-old. What if you had the heart of a 35-year-old, or the lung capacity of a 24-year-old? How would your life be better? Today, I'm going to tell you how it's possible. My name is Dr. Al Sears. I'm a medical doctor, board-certified anti-aging specialist, and the founder of the Dr. Sears Center for Health and Wellness in Royal Palm Beach, Florida. I am a world-renowned researcher and author with a health and wellness readership that spans over 163 countries. I have appeared on over 50 national radio programs, ABC News, CNN, and ESPN. 25 years ago, I was one of the first to introduce therapies that were almost unknown at the time, but widely accepted today. I was one of the first to offer natural, bioidentical hormones, one of the first to measure blood levels of CoQ10 in my patients, and I was one of the first MDs to bring the 8 times more powerful form of CoQ10, called ubiquinol, to the United States from Japan. Today, it's used around the world to restore energy and reverse heart disease. But today I want to talk to you about something that will have more impact on you and your family than all of these discoveries combined. It's a little-known cure for the serious, chronic diseases we all fear. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This behind-the-scenes Nobel Prize breakthrough was ignored by both media and medical journals. This discovery won the Nobel Prize in Medicine in 2009. No one can dispute that. But here we are 5 years later, and most doctors and healthcare professionals are still in the dark. The reason is clear. Mainstream medicine has no interest in making this cure available to you. No financial interest, I should say. Since the birth of the American Medical Association, the AMA, over 100 years ago, their goal has become more and more focused on the profitable management of disease. They have become, sadly, a special interest group advocating the business interests of doctors. There's not much profit in the prevention or cure of disease. And to make matters worse for the AMA, this monumental medical breakthrough wasn't even made by medical doctors. So when a handful of molecular biologists won the Nobel Prize in Medicine for their groundbreaking discovery, the story behind this cure never saw the light of day. Here's the essence of what they didn't tell you. These biologists discovered a way to flip a switch inside your cells that makes it virtually impossible for any chronic disease to exist in that cell. And if you already have disease cells, you can make them disappear as if they never existed at all. Now can you see why the FDA and their drug company clients want to keep this groundbreaking discovery buried forever? Many studies have been done since. If you know where to look, you can find them. But try and tell anyone about how to use it to cure disease, and you hit a bureaucratic brick wall. There is simply no incentive for the establishment to tell you how to use this technology for your benefit. Quite the contrary, it would throw a monkey wrench into their trillion-dollar profit machine. But there is good news. I've been following the development of this technology that led to the Nobel Prize since 1990. And up until recently, I was one of the only MDs in the country licensed to administer this therapy to the public. I pioneered a safe and proven way to turn on these disease-killing genes in your body right now, without expensive therapies, doctor visits, or interference from the FDA. In fact, I've been using this technology on myself for over 4 years, ever since the first experimental form became available. How has it been working on me? Well, from my own pulmonary function tests, I have developed the lungs of a 25-year-old. That means I have the lung power of someone less than half my age. I was born in 1956, but my cardiovascular age is only 35. More importantly, from a disease defense point of view, this new technology has reversed the age of my immune system. Those changes are clinically documented, but there are other improvements that are more subjective. Almost immediately after I started this therapy, I felt an overwhelming sense of optimism. I felt like a kid who just started summer vacation, like someone who has his whole life ahead of him. It has been a truly awe-inspiring experience. And after 4 years, I still wake up with that youthful wonder and excitement most days. I can tell you, my energy levels are off the charts. I feel like this is a very powerful new beginning that just keeps getting better. Here's even more good news. This technology is growing and expanding at breakneck speed. Every 6 months, we're finding newer and better ways of using this technology to reverse decades of aging and wipe out the threat of deadly chronic diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's, diabetes, heart disease, and more. In a minute, I'm going to show you how one Harvard researcher used this technology to bring old mice back from the brink of death. This very same cure restored and revived their old shrunken organs, literally turning them back into mice youngsters in a matter of weeks. Next, I'll show you how to use this same technology to slow down the aging of your own body, and in many cases, reverse the health concerns you may already be coping with. Now let me show you how this works. There's a genetic key that unlocks a secret inside us that can erase all traces of disease. You are born with, and still have, a dormant ability in a sleeping gene so astonishingly powerful that would appear to perform miracles. What do I mean by that? Inside every one of your cells, there are hibernating bits of DNA that can replace old, diseased cells with new, healthy cells. Simply stated, that ability allows you to reverse virtually all chronic diseases, like cancer, or allow you to reach 100 years old without showing any signs of aging. There's only one major obstacle. These genes get turned off while you're still in your mother's womb. But before I let the wind out of your sails, I have to tell you this. We have overcome this obstacle. We've discovered a way to awaken these sleeping saints. And that's the real story the FDA is trying to stop me from telling you. We now have safe, proven, and inexpensive technology to turn on these disease-cleansing genes, regardless of your family history or current state of health. These bits of DNA, when turned on, can replace any sick cell with younger, disease-free cells. Now just imagine what you could do if you had the activation codes that turned on these age-reversing, disease-defying genes. What if you could just sit back and watch your enlarged, swollen heart turn back into the pumping powerhouse that gives you the energy of an athlete? Your slow, foggy brain becomes sharp, focused, and with a total recall memory. Deep wrinkles and sagging skin snap back into the head-turning complexion of your youth. Your slow, shuffling gait turned into a powerful, confident stride. Your forgotten sex life reignites with passion, virility, and performance. Sure, this might sound insane. I wouldn't blame you for thinking so. But the research is all there. It hasn't been publicized, but the discoveries have been made by some of the most famous and well-respected universities in the world. Institutions like Harvard, the University of California at Berkeley, and dozens of others have revealed the details of how it all works in prestigious journals like the Journal of the American Medical Association and Nature. They've even recognized the researchers who made the discovery. But the message that this discovery holds the cure to all disease isn't getting through. It's as if an invisible hand blacklisted the topic and made it off limits to the mainstream media. Even as I write this, the lawyers for my Wellness Research Foundation warn me that the FDA doesn't want us to even talk about this. But I'm going to blow the whistle on this one and give you the whole story right here, right now. I want you to have the option of using this technology to heal, recharge, and re-energize yourself and your family. And I found a way to get around the FDA's gag order. Remember the Harvard study I told you about? Diane Sawyer announced the results of this Harvard miracle study, but she left out the most critical part. At first I thought the cat was out of the bag. I watched Diane Sawyer reading ABC's World News, announcing to the world the results of a breakthrough Harvard study that made old mice young again. At the beginning of this experiment, the mice were old in every measurable feature. These mice had lost their intelligence. Every one of them had performed poorly on the standard memory tests, like remembering their way out of a maze or where their food or water was, and they all had atrophied or shrunken brains. They had lost their desire for sexual activity and had become infertile. Their hair had changed from glossy and youthful to dull and gray. Their vision was dimming with the same kind of loss of peripheral vision that we see in humans with age. Not surprising, considering the mice were the equivalents of humans in their 80s and 90s. Then, as if by miracle, each and every one of these signs of aging was completely reversed. All of these miracles happened because Dr. Ronald DePino, professor of genetics at Harvard Medical School and director of applied cancer science at the Boston-based Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, flipped a switch inside their cells. Brain cells that were dormant came back to life. Their shrunken organs grew in size, and the mice got their sense of smell back. The males also produced new sperm cells, and their mates gave birth to larger litters. After Dr. DePino and his colleagues had taken mice and made them young again, he said the study produced results that were the equivalent of finding the famed fountain of youth. But what Diane Sawyer never mentioned was the fact that you can trigger similar age-reversing changes in your own body right now, using nothing more than the right combination of natural nutrients. The outlawed cure for all disease is hiding in your own cells. Here's how it works. The switch Dr. DePino turned on is a gene inside your cell's DNA. At the end of each strand of DNA is a little bit of genetic material called a telomere. The length of these telomeres determines how old or young your cells act. As your cells divide, the telomeres get shorter, and your body produces cells that are older, weaker, and more decrepit. It's programmed old age and everything that comes with it. The shorter your telomeres, the older your cells and your body act, regardless of your actual age. By slowing the loss of your telomeres, you may be able to extend your lifespan and feel younger longer, and wipe out disease in the process. But slowing the loss of your telomeres is just the first step. To get the results Dr. DePino achieved with the mice, you need to go one step further. There's a switch in your cells that actually triggers your telomeres to regrow and get longer. And that's how Dr. DePino worked his magic. The switch is an enzyme called telomerase, and it programs your telomeres to get longer. As I mentioned, this switch is turned to the off position before you are born. But what we've discovered is a way to turn it back on and make your telomeres longer. And when your telomeres get longer, you reactivate all the characteristics of youth. That's how the mice in the experiment were suddenly able to regrow their shrunken brains and restore their lost eyesight. This, dear friend, is only the first part of why I'm telling you we've discovered the cure for all disease. Now you have a way of reactivating this miracle enzyme in your cells. The discovery that made this new therapy possible was the very discovery I told you about that won the Nobel Prize in Medicine in 2009. Now, I've been testing these very same techniques with a select group of my own patients for 3 years, with the first activator designed to turn on your fountain of youth gene. We've helped an elite group of patients grow younger as they age. I call them elite because the cost of this therapy was very expensive when it first became available. I had high-level politicians, Hollywood stars, real estate tycoons, and famous doctors coming to my clinic for this first-ever age-reversing therapy. During the course of their treatment, we saw remarkable changes, like incredibly fast and longer-lasting fat loss, sharper eyesight and improved vision, thin, graying hair turning black and lustrous, increased muscle mass and increased testosterone, bigger lung volume with increased endurance and oxygen delivery, elimination of joint pain and improved flexibility, easing depression with a brighter, more positive mood and an overwhelming sense of optimism. I want you to know there are clinically proven ways for you to start making these changes in your own body. And unlike the original trials, it won't cost you a fortune. You see, the first generation of this age-reversing formula was just for the very wealthy. But with new research, I have uncovered more affordable ways of reactivating this fountain of youth gene. I'd like to get this vital discovery in your hands immediately. This is urgent. If you're ready to join me and start your own journey of more energy, more power, and a life free of disease, click on the big orange Order Now button you see appearing on your screen below. You'll be taken to a secure order page where you'll discover your big introductory discount and all the free bonuses coming your way. But if you want to hear more, stay with me. I still have a few more surprises for you. As soon as I started seeing the age-reversing, disease-fighting results in my own patients, I put the formula into a series of special reports with a total value of $99.75. I'd like to give these to you right now, and it won't cost you a dime. This special series takes you deep into the hushed-up world of a new technology that restores youthful vitality and puts an end to chronic disease. And you don't have to wait years or decades for the keys to reactivate this sleeping youth gene. You can get started right away. In my first free gift to you, Telomere Secrets Volume 1, Activate the Enzyme That Rebuilds Your Telomeres, a $19.95 value, I'll give you the exclusive list of nutrients with this newly discovered ability to activate this revolutionary gene. These are the nutrients that, when used in combination, help activate the telomerase enzyme. This is the switch Dr. Del Pino used to make old mice young again. And you don't need a prescription or a doctor's visit either. I'll show you the exact formula along with the studies and references featured in some of the leading medical journals of our time. The very same studies the FDA wants you to believe don't exist. But there's more to the story. In other volumes of this exclusive series, I'll show you how to use this technology to restore and address specific health concerns. Here's what you'll discover. Reverse shrinkage and restore your aging brain. Given the right nutrients, you can start the process of regenerating your aging brain. All you need are the easy-to-follow strategies for repairing your aging brain in your second free special report, Telomere Secrets, Volume 2, Upgrade to a Smarter, Faster Brain, a $19.95 value. In your third free special report, Telomere Secrets, Volume 3, Rejuvenate Your Aging Heart, a $19.95 value. I'll show you the telomere boosting therapy you can use on your own, without a prescription or permission from your cardiologist, even if you've already suffered from a heart attack. Well, what if I told you there's a drug that dramatically reduces the risk of heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, and inflammation, that it reduces the risk of all cancers by 77%, and that it lengthens your telomeres? In your fourth free special report, Telomere Secrets, Volume 4, Extinguish the Fire of Inflammation, a $19.95 value, I'll show you what it is, how much you really need, and where to find the best sources. In your fifth free special report, Telomere Secrets, Volume 5, Erase Wrinkles and Turn Graying Hair Back to its Original Color, a $19.95 value, you'll discover the fascinating science behind telomeres and how they control the way you look, from your hair, skin, and nails, down to the way you appear older and less attractive as you age. You see, when the FDA went to war on anti-aging medicine, I went in search of the world's most powerful natural cures before they disappear. These reports are just 5 of the free volumes I want to put in your hands right now. There's no time to waste. It's vital you see this now before the FDA and Big Pharma put more restrictions on what you can do with your own body. Let me be clear. The secret of the telomere is only one of the confidential cures I use with my patients. There are many more. For the past 20 years, I've made a pilgrimage around the world to the places where people are being cured of incurable diseases. I also go to the famous blue zones, places where people are known for their extreme longevity, places where heart disease doesn't exist, where Alzheimer's is unknown, and where no one is overweight or obese. I do it to uncover what their secrets are and make them available to my patients and readers. I want you to use these breakthroughs to unlock more energy and more immunity. That's why I'm inviting you to join my inner circle of confidential insiders. This is a select group who wants an unrestricted, in-depth look at the cures, advice, and healing secrets that are transforming the lives of the people who use them. I call this new membership service Confidential Cures, Truth and Lies in Medicine from Around the World. You see, until now, I haven't had a way to tell you about all of these cures. Confidential Cures, Truth and Lies in Medicine from Around the World is my solution for you. Now it's your turn. I'm inviting you to join this inner circle of confidential insiders so you'll have full access to these life-changing cures. Along with breaking updates on this new telomere technology I've been telling you about, you'll also discover cures like these, new ways to conquer heart disease, the effective ways you can beat the 5 forms of cancer that are still running wild. And I'll show you how to clear arthritis right out of your joints and live pain-free. I'll even show you how to keep it from coming back, so you can stay as active and energetic as you like. You'll find out how to see the world in high definition, with the herbal miracles that sharpen your vision, even at night. My mission with Confidential Cures is this: to show you how to use the most powerful tools on the planet to live your life with as much energy and vibrancy as you had in your younger days, and to make sure you know all of your options for erasing pain, illness, and disease. My mission with Confidential Cures is this: to show you how to use the most powerful tools on the planet to live your life with as much energy and vibrancy as you had in your younger days, and to make sure you know all of your options for erasing pain, illness, and disease. When you begin your VIP Gold membership in Confidential Cures today, you'll immediately save 21% off the regular price of $49.95. That means you'll enjoy an entire year of access not only to the power of telomere technology, but also the world's other hidden cures for just $39. Just click the big orange Order Now button you see below. With your VIP Gold membership, you'll get a head start with the special package of 5 telomere special reports, absolutely free. That's a total value of $149.70 for just $39. That's just $3.25 a month. For the cost of a latte at Starbucks once a month, you get 12 issues of Confidential Cures, plus 5 special reports worth $149.70. Plus, I stand behind everything I do. You are completely covered by my personal no-risk, no-hassle, 100% money-back guarantee. You must be completely satisfied with the discoveries and breakthroughs I share with you in Confidential Cures, your guide to truth and lies in medicine from around the world. If not, you may cancel your subscription at any time and receive a prompt refund for the entire year's subscription rate. That way, you can review this exclusive service with no risks or regrets. And if you do cancel, you can still keep the free bonus gifts you've received with my compliments and thanks. But this chance to save 21% with the massive bundle of free bonus reports won't be around forever. To activate your subscription and claim your free special reports today, click below on this screen now. I'll rush your first issue of Confidential Cures and all your bonuses to your inbox immediately. So please hurry. I have so much to share with you. I still have a decade worth of discoveries that will change the way you think about your body, your medicine cabinet, and your next birthday. But I need to hear from you right now. In this presentation, I introduced you to the breakthrough telomere technology that won a Nobel Prize in Medicine for its age-reversing power, its unique ability to regenerate your cells, and its near-miraculous ability to erase all trace of disease. I showed you how to activate or turn on the enzyme that rebuilds your telomeres, the key that unlocks your cell's disease-fighting and age-reversing power. And I invited you to try Confidential Cures risk-free for just a few dollars a month, with a bundle of special gifts worth $149.70 that show you exactly how to use this life-changing technology right away. Now, the decision is completely yours. I wish I could push the order button for you and personally put these solutions into your hands. But now, it's totally up to you. As I see it, you have 3 options. Option 1, you can forget you ever saw this presentation and hope beyond hope that conventional doctors discover the secret of the telomere in the next 20 to 30 years, if you're young enough to wait that long. Option 2, you can continue to see your own doctor, take your potentially dangerous prescription drugs, and hope for the best. Not much better than your first option. Option 3, you can click the button below and become part of my Confidential Cures family, and immediately have the power to roll back the effects of aging, regenerate your aging cells, and unlock the secret to eliminate all chronic disease. I urge you to click below this screen right now. There's absolutely no risk to you, and there's no time to waste. The toxic threat level in our modern world tears at the very fabric of your cells, thousands of times every second. And the constant bombardment damages your DNA, accelerates how fast you age, and opens you up to cancer, heart disease, and more. Don't wait. Act now and put this technology to work for you and your family. Your results are fully guaranteed, and I'll be with you every step of the way. So take the first step towards better health and a longer, fuller life, and click below this screen. I'm Dr. Al Sears, and here's to your good health.